in compagnia del regista di Grandma. Hi.
Hi.
So, first of all, how was born the idea of this movie that talk about relationship with a grandmother and her nephew, but also of important social themes?
Yeah, largely it came from meeting the actress Lily Tomlin, who is an incredibly funny comedian and at the same time is very, very edgy. And her comedy is very relevant, and as a person, she's in a way more young than almost every sort of teenager that I meet. So I thought it was interesting to put that person in a situation with a much younger woman who doesn't know how to stand up for herself, and to see what would happen.
And is it true that you wrote the character for Lily, but you don't tell her? Because maybe she could stop you.
Yeah, well, I sat down to write it, and I heard her voice, and I thought, oh, maybe I should call Lily and tell her I'm writing something for her. But then I realized that if she didn't like it, then I would stop writing it. So I just kept on. I finished it, and then I took her to lunch, and I said, Lily, I'm going to give you a script. I've written it for you. And I remember she was eating a steak salad at lunch, and I was worried she was going to choke on the steak. So look, she read it, and the character is very close to her in real life, to her humor, and in ways to her personal history. So it was very, very important to her, I think. So it took me a little while until she agreed to finally do it.
You are very, very different in the kind of the movie. I mean, American Pie is one, About a Boy is another one, Grandma is another one again. So how do you prefer? There's one theme that you prefer, or you like the different?
I mean, in a funny way, this is probably most similar to About a Boy in that it's a character who has a lot of anger and also who has somebody young who's coming in and needs something from them. And I mean, I like films that are comedies, but they're dramas, and you can't sort of tell the difference between the two. That's what I'm drawn to. And, you know, weirdly with American Pie, we weren't really thinking when we were making it that it was some big teen sex movie. It was just, we were kind of treating it like it was real people. And that's the same thing in this movie.
You talk about the relationship with grandmother and nephew. So what do you, one memory of your grandmother?
Sure. Well, my grandmother was from Mexico, and her nickname in the family was the General. She's actually still alive. She's 105 years old. And she herself says she's a witch. And I think she might be actually a good witch, luckily. But she was a very strong person, and she still has a glass of tequila every night, which is maybe that's a secret to growing to 105.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.